Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the Lonely Souls podcast. My name is Erica, and I am absolutely grateful to have this opportunity to connect with you, share a little bit of insight, and just vibe with you on a deeper level that is truthful, loving, and authentic. I started this podcast as a way to connect with new people, give you an additional way to see perspective from someone else's eyes, and just be real with you. I've always struggled with just letting my guard down. I've definitely been somebody who's put the icing on the cake just perfectly to fit into people's boxes. And over the course of the past year or so, I've definitely started to break those walls down and realize that none of that is making me happy. I matter most in my world. I deserve to be focusing on what I need. We're all deserving to be focusing on what we need. Focusing on ourselves helps create a better world for ourselves and everybody else around us. So becoming selfish to be selfless is absolutely the topic of today's episode. And releasing the guilt that will naturally come because of judgment of others over time in your life who have said things like, you should be doing this instead of this. You should be helping with other people. You should be taking time to do the things that we need you to do. You should be focused more on career-minded opportunities, whatever the issue or the circumstance that it might have arisen from. The majority of the negativity that has been in your life, if not all of the negativity that has been in your life, especially in your own mind, is never a natural thought that you were born with. Over time, people have said things to you that have created the perception of your reality. And at times that could be really positive reality. And other times it could totally suck. And not knowing how to release yourself from that feeling of guilt. I shouldn't be taking time for myself. I shouldn't take a day off. There's this personal day I can't do it. I can't take time to spend with friends. Your self-love is so incredibly limited because of that feeling of being there for everyone else. But isn't it the same thing of how you have heard that taking time for yourself will benefit other people? And that notion that you keep hearing in your head or you've read in books or wherever it might have been that being selfish to be selfless is one of the strongest keys to success. And success for me is happiness. Success for some people could truly be financial success, which is still a success. And yes, financially having the availability to live a life that you want is necessary. And also being grateful for what you have to in turn receive more. So adapting my mindset has been a really big thing of my selfishness that I have been working on. I've been reading a lot more. I have now created this podcast. I've started stuff on YouTube, but it's just kind of always felt weird in my gut. So I'm learning to trust my gut and let things be what they're going to be instead of doing something that just doesn't feel right because it might be better later. If it doesn't feel right, odds are it's probably not going to feel right every single time that you do it. So trust yourself, but then again, people change. So being really self-aware and being selfish to make sure that you're taking care of everything you need in order to succeed is really something that we should be talking more about. It should be something that is accessible in all libraries. It should be something that's available to anybody at any time. And hopefully with this podcast, it's something where you can connect and realize that your life holds so much meaning. And the only way for you to feel like you're living with the strongest purpose is to be selfish so that then you can become selfless. Wouldn't that be an idea? So a lot of the stories that I'm going to be sharing on this whole podcast journey is I'm sharing a lot of this for a couple of reasons. One reason, you deserve to hear real, truthful experiences from other people to realize that it's not only you, to find deeper connection, and at the same time realize that there are some deeper things that we as a society truly need to start talking about. I always heard things like, you're being so selfish. You want everything your way. It has to be perfect. And I truly do remember some situations where, yes, I might have been selfish about this type of food I did or didn't want to eat, or this thing I would really like to have. But aren't we all like that? Aren't we all kind of wanting certain things if we just ask for something? But I'd always remember hearing, you're so selfish, you're so selfish. And I heard it from a lot of people, and I truly can't remember a time where I felt selfish. I felt like I was doing that. Like, yeah, I might have hooked up with some guy who another friend really liked, but he was totally not interested in. Yeah, that was a real shitty move on my end. Yeah, that was very selfish. But I learned real quick that that's some shit you cannot do. I learned super fast, but I never really learned what truly being selfish really can do. When you're selfish for the benefit of your being that can then be transformed to help support other people, selfish is the most positive word and emotion that you can feel. I don't remember as a child being selfish, but I remember hearing it a lot. And over time, it sat in my head thinking like, well, you shouldn't be spending, 30 minutes in the bathroom getting ready in the morning. That's selfish of you. You should be done in 5. All of these rules that I then created for myself because I heard something. And it makes me wonder, have other people, maybe even you, have you heard something that transformed your thinking into it automatically being negative? And why is that automatically being a negative thing that's being switched on? No, you can't get ready in the morning for the time period that you really need. No, you shouldn't be really taking enough time to exercise or stretch or cook. Just get something fast. Just do this, just do that. Get to the next thing, get to the next thing. Living without really living. So growing through being selfish is something that I'm getting better at. I no longer feel guilty for taking the time to read every single morning to nourish my thoughts, to enhance my thinking, to create a new perspective for myself, to see another outlook, to find a way to help support you through my words and anybody else listening to this for that matter. Everything I'm doing in my life is to better my life. But I'm finding some amazing things that it's not just me who's trying to better my life. It's a lot of people. A lot of people, possibly even like you. Definitely like you, because you're amazing. And you believe in yourself and you want to create a better life for yourself instead of feeling lonely or not connected to people. And this whole thing about the internet creating an issue where people aren't connected to people is a whole other topic. Because the internet's provided me with the opportunity to connect with you absolutely this very second. We have so much opportunity in front of us, and the only way to live a life of abundance is to take yourself, live in your world, raise yourself up, get over the shit that you have not gotten over with, stop blaming other people, focus on what makes you happiest, live in that every single day. When struggles exist, you are a leader in moving forward through your struggles, talking to people about your struggles, letting them realize that we're all human. We all do the same things. We all bleed. We all have the opportunity to grow and succeed and leave our mark. But the only way to help anybody is if you learn to help yourself. So if you can take anything away from this episode, I truly hope that you feel like you matter the most in your world. Your world would not exist if you weren't in it. Our world would not exist if you weren't in it. You hold a special meaning to be in this moment right now, and you hold so much value in your life, and you have unlimited potential and opportunity to succeed. And I'm right along with you. Everything that I'm telling you is everything that I continually strive to tell myself, and I'll always be that friend on the other end, there to cheer you on. If you haven't already and you're vibing with these episodes, feel free to hit the subscribe button. More episodes will be coming out several times a week. To stay connected beyond this podcast series, in the description below, you can find the additional link for all the Lonely Souls meetup group in Cleveland, Ohio. If you live in Cleveland or you're visiting Cleveland sometime in the future and want to vibe with some really cool people, this is a great group for you. The events are always free, and we're super pumped for this week. We have some really cool things going on with tabletop board games in Ohio City. We're going to be doing some bowling later on in the month. just some really cool things coming up. So looking for new people to meet, that's always an option for you. And plus, I have several blog posts where the link can also be found in the description below. So if you're a reader wanting to vibe a little bit deeper through written content, then that's a really great additional support for you. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing, I'm sending you lots of love, positivity, and belief that you can truly become and do anything in this lifetime that your heart is set out to do. So believe in yourself. You really are amazing. Have an awesome day. Take care, and I'll see you guys soon.